Near death, the Scorpion King made a pact with the dark god Anubis.
Wow, that turned ugly fast. It's a good thing we just turned that off. Welcome to the Fortress of Dorkness, the nerdy nexus for all your geeky needs. I'm your host, Christian VILLARREAL. We're all a little scared of something. For instance, I stay up at night in perpetual fear of the inevitable kitty apocalypse. Go ahead, laugh it up, fuzzballs. You're all like, oh, Christian, remember when those kitties saved that girl who fell out of the window that one time? And then she got in that tight leather and it was so cool? Yeah, look at how she turned out. Kitties are evil! Mini-me knows! Anyway, Hidden Treasures is looking at the first in Wes Craven's popular horror franchise, Scream. Okay, so before we get any further, I need to clear the air. This flick is one giant homage to the horror genre. We are fully aware that nearly every scene in this movie makes reference to classic horror films. We've only picked a handful we've always thought were cool. Cool? Okay, moving on. Just wanted to throw that out there. We know how picky people can be because, you know, internet. But not you. We like you.
I like you.
Anyway, let's begin.
And here we go.
Red herring. The film opens with the death of a beloved actress, Drew Barrymore. Though this implies shock factor, this is actually a reference to the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock. Hitchcock was famous for taking his female leads, dubbed the Hitchcock Blonde, and killing them unexpectedly. In this way, Barrymore was given top billing on the film, only to be killed within the first 10 minutes. This movie sucks. When the voice over the phone asks Casey if she thought A Nightmare on Elm Street was scary, she responds with,
Well, the first one was, but the rest sucked.
This is a jab at the franchise by Wes Craven, director and creator of the Scream series, who also happens to be the creator of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. Craven believed that the sequels to his film were terrible, and he would only return to direct if the script was good. This turned out to be 1994's Wes Craven's New Nightmare, the 7th film in the series.
Ring-a-ding-ding.
Who comes up with these titles? Anyway, the phone calls that this movie would be famous for are a reference to the film When a Stranger Calls. This cult classic's opening 20 minutes were attributed by the opening 10 minutes of Scream, as the mysterious voice on the phone mimics the way the call in the classic progressively became more threatening. Don't fear this guy. Early in the film, we're introduced to Sidney and Billy, our lead characters, when Billy climbs into Sid's room via the window. Listen to the music trumpeting in the background and you'll hear the Blue Oyster Cult classic, Don't Fear the Reaper.
You know, I appreciate the romantic gesture.
This is a subtle nod to the conclusion of the film and the traditional Grim Reaper appearance of murderer Ghostface's outfit. Remember, kiddies, killers come in all shapes and sizes.
Excuse me, pardon me, look out, coming through, look out. Excuse me, pardon me, look out, coming through.
So, let me get this straight. We're just really milking our money's worth out of this one, aren't we? Nickels and dimes. When police are investigating the source of the Ghostface mask, they mention they can find it in every 5 and dime in the state. For those not familiar with the history of great horror franchises, this is the origin of Michael Myers' mask from the Halloween films. Director John Carpenter came up with the killer's design when the production stumbled upon a mask of William Shatner, which can be purchased at any store in the 70s, and painted it white.
I feel young.
The Walrus and the Carpenter. Tatum gives a shout out to a fictional director when she proclaims,
You're starting to sound like some Wes Carpenter flick or something.
This is a nod to directors surprise surprise Wes Craven and John Carpenter, and is included in this way because Craven believed people mix the two up too often. Cameos. Cameos everywhere. This processed celluloid reel has a couple of cameos spread throughout. Notable are Linda Blair, who played a creepy little girl in The Exorcist as a reporter. And of course, the director's cameo by Wes Craven himself. Wait a second, pause there. Freddy got fingered. Well, it looks like Wes pinched the clothes off his own creation, as he's dressed up than none other than Freddy Krueger, the villain of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise.
You are all my children now.
Wow, really? That's the clip we're going with? Okay, moving on. Pause. Happier days. Well, look at that. 3 treasures back to back. This movie's making my job that much easier. You should take note of this leather jacket hanging in the principal's closet. This is a reference to Happy Days character, the Fonz, who was played by our principal, Henry Winkler. Scream Queen. Actress Jamie Lee Curtis is name dropped as being the Scream Queen. Because, well, She is! Curtis may be known now for a variety of roles, but she began her career as the victim of many a horror slasher, thus earning her the nickname, Horror the Genre. Scream pays tribute to the tropes that made the horror genre so gosh dang popular. This can be seen in the numerous rants Randy professes across the movie, relaying typical horror stereotypes, and in a way, giving away much of the film. This trend would be continued in the film's sequels, playing up the very meta joke Craven started with this franchise. Okay, those were all our picks. As a treat to lead us out, we're going to give you a list of all the horror genre movies and character names dropped throughout the film. These are mostly direct references and shoutouts, and not really Easter eggs, but they make for fun trivia. That's all we have time for today.
You're both expelled. Get out.
Those people nurtured me through some tough times, like the kitty pre-apocalypse. Leave your comments on the other end of the line. We're not picking up that phone. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on our social media, or we'll follow you everywhere. This has been Hidden Treasures on the Fortress of Dorkness. I'm Christian VILLARREAL, and always remember, never fear the dork up here.